This is Master Your Mindset with Coach Mark.
Hey guys, what is going on, my people? And welcome back to another microcast episode. This was going to be short and powerful. By the way, I really appreciate everybody reaching out, talking a little bit about the direction change that we have here, and then also the videos that we have up on YouTube now. I greatly appreciate your time and your energy, but also plugging into this, not only this content, but taking action. It is so powerful when I see you guys taking action out there. Now, today, I want to talk about something that held me back for quite some time, and it might be something that is holding you back too. And really what I want to show you today is how thinking that things will slow down soon so that you can have the time and the opportunity to do that thing that you want to do is actually the worst way of living a life that you are meant to live. Here's what I mean by this. Like, I get it. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're pulled in a million different directions. And anytime something new kind of pops up, it's like, what? I got to put something else on my plate. Now, there is an ancient Stoic, his name was Seneca, and he joked about something, and I want to share that with you today. He said that one thing that fools all have in common is that they are always getting ready to live. Let me say that again. The one thing that fools all have in common is that they all are always getting ready to live. Has there been something in your life that has come up, an opportunity, something that you know that you really want to do? However, you've pushed it off because of time, because of money, because of energy, because of work, because of family, because of whatever, only that thing never gets done. The next time it comes off, it just gets pushed and pushed and pushed. And to be honest, like the first time that you push it off, it's so much easier to push it off the second, third, fourth, and fifth time. And if we really think about this, like logically, what kind of effect is that going to have in our life if we're constantly pushing away things that could, of course, get us out of our comfort zone, but also get us to grow into the person that we were actually meant to be? Now, for me personally, this was actually life coaching, to be honest. Now that I am co-creator of a life coach certification called the Push Coach Certification School, many people don't know this because I was like literally pushing back in terms of like not only putting myself out there and learning the skill of life coaching, but also like the money and the time investment and everything that I had going on. Now, here's the thing. Like back when I went through my life coach certification, which I did through the life coach school with Brooke Castillo, it cost me more than my college did. Now, in order to like really get beyond that, like I had to get over this fear of what was going to happen if I were to do that. And so what I do is I would think of different reasons why now was not the right time. I was too busy. I had too much stuff going on. I couldn't afford it. Why do I even need to go through this? Like I'm already a coach already. And it was this constant pushing off until during the pandemic, I decided, you know what? Now is going to be the right time. What's crazy is, do you know that the right time is whatever that time you decide it to be? It's kind of like that idea of like rock bottom. Like rock bottom is not a line in the sand. Rock bottom is like you make the line in the sand, and that's when I hit rock bottom. It could be like now, it could be like 30 minutes ago, and it could be like, hey, in the future, I still haven't hit rock bottom yet. But it's a decision, it's a thought. And if you've actually made a conscious decision like now is the right time, you will literally go out there and manifest it, and you will find a way of doing that. Now, here's the thing, like because I took that step, I joined the Life Coach School. Not only have I since been able to coach thousands of people, be able to co-create my own Push Coach Certification School, but it took me 42 days to make back the money it cost me to be in the school. Let me say that again. It took me 42 days after I got my diploma from becoming a certified life coach that I made that money back. And I always say this, and a lot of people that I coach always say this too, and it's like, why didn't I do this sooner? And it's because our brain is wired to push things off. It's wired to stay comfortable. It's wired to stay where we are. Now, one of the things that really helped me is I was in a mastermind, and in the mastermind, they had us write our eulogy. Now, this isn't something that I had thought of doing, and I kind of thought it was a little bit morbid when they actually put this together. But what's crazy is when you sit down and you write your eulogy from the perspective of your family, I did it from my wife, from my kids, you realize that there may be some things in your life that are not in congruence with the person that you want them to be talking about. The great thing is that when you write that eulogy in advance, you actually have the opportunity now to create that story. You actually have the opportunity to become that type of person. And what this did for me is it got me to see, like, there's no better time than right now to become that person. And it got me away from just waiting for things to get better, waiting for the pandemic to be over, waiting for me to be able to retire, waiting for all that kind of stuff. And instead it got me into taking action. What would the person who they are now speaking about after I passed away, what would that person do right now to actually become that person? And it got me to take action. To not only take action, but stop pushing things off. And by doing that, of course, now I'm going to be able to retire early from my police career. I'm actually going to retire next January, which is something that I had never thought of doing. Like most people in LAPD work 32, 33, 35 years, and I get to retire at the just having 20 years on and be able to spend more time with my family while still making the impact at home. And this was all done because I made one decision. That was one decision that I decided to make and jump into. And then the decisions that it took every single time after that to continue to plug in, to use that information, to stop hiding, which is going to be my word for the rest of this year, is like stop hiding and pretending that things are going to work themselves out if you're not actually getting out there and taking action. So I want to ask you guys some questions, all right? I want to ask you guys some questions. We're going to end this episode with questions, all right? What is it that maybe has presented itself, could be recent, could be not so recent, that you've pushed off, but you're getting the tug to take action on? So what is it that has presented itself that you have pushed off and are getting the tug to take action on? Like there's probably something in your mind that's coming up right now that's like, nope, like I said no, or I pushed it off, but I really need to do this. I want you to ask yourself, how could you make the time to do it now? How can you make now the right time, the perfect time to jump in? What kind of impact is this decision going to have on your life? What are the possibilities? When you jump into this, when you say yes, when you take this on, what kind of opportunities is it going to present itself that's not available to you right now? What is this going to do for your family? What is this going to do for the people that you serve? What is this going to do for your purpose and your passion? Who are you going to let in on the fact that you have decided to do this so that not only you can stake your or put your stake into the ground, but actually get other people to be on board so that you follow through? So who is it that you can tell that this is the direction that you're going, that will hold you accountable to it so that you continue to follow through? The only last question I have is, why are you still listening to this podcast? Like, it's time to take some action today. Take it from a place of confidence because this is the right move. You will never know if it's going to work. You will never know if it's 100% going to be something that is going to be incredible for you until you take that action. And then there's only two possibilities. Number one is you succeed, or number two is you grow. Both of those things is what success looks like. As a matter of fact, success usually looks a lot more from growth than it does when it comes to success. When it comes to things working out the first time, I don't know. I just feel like it was just pure luck. But when I've actually grown through it, when I've actually taken those steps and I've become somebody else entirely in the process, whether or not I make a certain rank, get a certain amount of income is irrelevant because I've become an entirely different person, not just for my business, not just for my career, but also for my family and really for myself. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to another episode. We've been getting a little tough recently, and the reason why is because there's so many stories that we have that are built in here that are trying to hold us back from our true potential. And if I can hit on one in this podcast and just open the floodgates of results for you, I am all for it. And as always, if you ever have anything that you need some help on, if you want to get some help from me or from Josh, you want to be a part of our Push Coach Certification School on our next launch, or you're looking to grow your business to six figures, reach out mindsetwithmark.com/discovery. I appreciate you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. Bye, everybody.